Funny enough, I also started as a front-end engineer. Well, I started from studying civil engineering. Then in my final year, I pivoted to be into tech, that COVID era, right? Then from there, 2 years I think into my journey being in working as a software as a front-end developer back then. The only thought that came to my mind was, now this makes a whole lot of things easier for me to do. Then I recalled a project I did when I was in school. I used to gather a community of people around productivity, Islamic productivity. How do you balance your spirituality and your general productivity and become more successful? That was the only thing that was living in my head, that now that I have this skill, I have to do something. I have tech that enables me to build a solution at scale, right? Then people started referring to me as Abu Rifat. Yeah, so my name changed from being Ridwan to Rifat to some people because I decided to pursue something beyond just being another front-end developer, right? And now another name that I've gotten is Dynamics, right? Because so it's, if you want to stand out within the multitude of people, it's left to you. It's a question of how much do you want it. I think our dear mentor Malaja was saying the other time, if you want to set yourself aside, you have to do 10 times harder than what other people are doing. Right? And to do that, you don't need to find any secrets or any hack. The only thing I've realized is you need to find something that makes you feel sick in the head. I hope you get me. You need to find something that makes you feel like, in delivery. So that when you sleep and you wake up 4 a.m. because that problem is waking you up. So you do your tahajjud, you do your salat, you started working 6 a.m. Like before class or whatever it is, your head is just obsessed. I watched Mr. Beast's video that he did with the CEO, Diary of the CEO. I don't know if anybody here watched it. I just loved it because the only thing I could pick from the video was this person has control in his head. So for you to set yourself aside, don't mind. We know the courses you are coming to study in school. You will still have admission next year. Hundreds of people are still going to enter into that same course. So it's never a question of there are too many people. It's how much do you want to create a space for you. So I think let me start with this.
Yeah, exactly. Just a follow-up question to what you said. You said when you use to build products that scale, right? I think you mentioned something about building products that scale, right? And there have been discussions about the level of goods in area, right? And how things compare to products that are built outside of the country. So how do you advise that younger developers who are looking to build products with that level of standard, advice that will bring that?
So I will not say building products. I think I've also come to realize that you build solutions, don't build products. It's easy to be obsessed. When you are obsessed with a problem, maybe poverty as a problem is what I want to dedicate my life to. Then you can start thinking about different ways of solving the problem. But if you are obsessed with, I want to build a productivity app, and your main obsession, your main thing is, I have this app, how do I scale it? Not I'm solving this problem, how do I get to the people that have that problem that can adopt the solution? So I think that is one of the first realizations I've gotten to. That you don't build products, don't build, anybody here especially, if you take anything from me, who is maybe on my third attempt at building something, don't build a product, build a solution. It is easier said than done. And like I can still guarantee that many people will still go out of here and they want to start something, they are still going to be the product, not the solution. But over time, you get over it, you get to realize because you through practice and mistakes. So one of the key things that make products go viral, that makes the adoption of products become easy and be able to scale is because they were not necessarily products. They were solutions to problems. So when you build a problem that really addresses, you have energy, for example, and I'm saying collect water, like would you take this water so that your headache can subside? And somebody say, here is paracetamol. What would you do? You collect the paracetamol, right? If you collect water from me, that's maybe you want to use it to drink the paracetamol. So that is how we are wired. We are not building products just to have color or to have another portfolio. I'm saying, so it's a different thing when you're just trying to build your portfolio so that you can showcase something. But when we're talking about scaling something that people adopt, that people pay for potentially, you need to lock down on the problem, have clarity on what is this problem. Then you can have 1,000 ways to solve that problem. That is the starting point to building something that scales.
So the next question is actually for Mr. Islam. How can Nigerian students realistically balance demanding academic schedules, strikes, and limited resources while still building strong career foundations before graduation?
Yes, alhamdulillah. So thank you very much. So that question is what many of us here actually need to. And it's a bit of my own story too. I finished as a civil engineering student too. So as my undergrad. So the thing is, we can never discard the importance of the domain knowledge. So if you are a civil engineer or an economic student or anything you are, to really stand out in this current world, you need to know your field. So you need to know something peculiar to your field. If you are adding tech to it, it makes sense. So you need that domain knowledge. So you have domain knowledge to give you leverage to solve solutions, to solve problems in your domain like any other person. So, for example, let me just give a very good example. Recently, Cloud, a Jobbik company that we know, launches the Cloud Co-work. So in one of their demos, they did something on finance. I was looking at it, I watched the video carefully. I was just looking at it, can I even pick one of the terms being used here? And that could resonate with me. I couldn't. Yeah, I was like, yeah, so this makes sense now. If a finance student takes this solution now, he can do wonders with it. So don't let us view this career plus tech or your domain knowledge or your domain field or school and tech as rivals. They are not. But as someone said, I saw someone give analysis on this. There are two different use cases for our certificates. Some people need it so that they can do something they call maybe further education or get scholarships and things like that. The way those people approach education might be different. But if you are learning for impact, you are learning to make an impact, the way you approach it is much more deeper. You might not even be the best, but at least you know that you have a substantial knowledge of that field. That if you want to innovate in that field, you can at least do something. So do your thing, do your economics, your physics, anything you do in a way that you can actually have an impact, unless you are doing for academics. Then tech too, you take it with it, and possibly you could say, how can I further your interest in your domain field with your tech? So the balance that we can achieve as students now is start building something for that impact. So that's start building something for that impact. The goal now, since you know the destination, is not to let it take and get a job just now. So the goal is to have that fundamental knowledge without losing what you came to school. So that when you go out of school, you have more leverage to actually innovate in a reasonable way. So I think that should be the balance. Know substantial knowledge of your domain, and then add some layers of fundamentals and text to it, and then start building as much as you can. So I think that would be the best way I would view the problem.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I think I'll just add a little of personal experience to what he said, that you need a deep understanding, and also goes back to the first question that I asked: how do I, in a world that is overcrowded? So if you are placing yourself as a mediocre person, then you can't really, there's a limit to how well you can set yourself aside. So I put civil engineering to tech. One of the reasons was, as much as I love practicals, as a civil engineering student, I was struggling. I did not like mathematics. You know, you can imagine the irony of a civil engineering student. I cannot put up with the YDX. If I still see it now, which might mean, but I graduated with 4.4. 4.44. I think my final year was supposed to be when I got 4.5, at least to have a first class for along the shell, right? Then when I was in school, so half of my entire lifetime, mostly, I've been a volunteer. Like I've always been in Dawah or in Islamic organization. Part of it was what brought me to creating a group and a community that I assist other people around me for. Journey of that is what is building Dynaris today as a problem of how do we, FATEMSA for example, how do we be able to operate without having to do fundraisers and not get the fund that we need? Because we have people that have the money, but it's the vehicle and the trust that we need to establish. So all what I'm doing is built on top of me not being who is calm. Mathematics and civil engineering was not doing me well, but I still did a lot to be able to come out that far. Volunteering as something is something I grew like it lived with me as I was growing up. I was deep into it to the point that I'm able to pinpoint this is a problem. And if anybody is not solving it, yeah, I will be the person to solve it. And doing that, I've done a lot of work that is unimaginable. Like I've tortured myself with the amount of work that I've done. So that is what it takes. So I just wanted to add that little bit to it.
It's all about hiring. Basically, you are outlining the next steps that a lot of people, for the people who have that question in mind. The next question is actually from Mr. Idris actually. So how can Nigerian students convert school projects towards internships and student leadership roles to credible experience that employers value? So there's this let me call it inside joke, right? That's a lot of people have. Right? You need, for you to get jobs, you need experience. For you to get experience, you need jobs. So it's a vicious cycle that will just want to towards your own advice on this.
Okay, that statement you said is more like one of the people I started building the tech solution that I'm building right now. Squad is like an internship marketplace for people. For you to get a job, it's a reality. You need experience. But for you to get the experience, you need a job. So how are you going to go through it? It's very, very hard. It's a vicious cycle. It goes over and over again. And that is why, while you are in school, you need to do a lot. I didn't do a lot while I was in school. I wasn't serious while I was in school. And that is why I finished the job, that's by the way. I'm not like all these people that finished the life. But I noticed that for me to stand out, which is one of the theme of today's session, which is the Muslim edge, I know I need to do more than the average person. I knew within me that I had to be
a workaholic for me to get what I want. And I was a workaholic. I was in my first job. I was teaching. I was the head teacher. I was teaching primary session. I was still handling some classes in the secondary session. There are 2 students. I was teaching them, and I was doing tutorials afterwards. Even before school, during NYSC, I was posted to a school to teach physics. I would do 3 hours in the government school. I would go to the private school. I would do the remaining hours of the day for 5,000. I started in the North Kebbi, precisely, for 5,000. Then I would do extra lesson for additional 5,000 in school. I close by 4. Then when I move away from school, I go home to take additional lesson again for additional 5,000. So while I was in camp, while I was in during I was making roughly about like 35 to 40,000 naira in a single month. So I was working really, really hard. I know for me to break that barrier of entering the job market, I need to upskill myself, and I know I have the work ethics. Islam itself preaches the work ethics for you. Because 5 daily prayer is a strong thing. It's a strong thing. Fasting is strong. All the pillars of Islam is not an easy thing. 5 daily, zakat, you need to have money. For Hajj, you need to have very big money for you to go to Hajj. Hajj now is up about like 6 or 8 million, like 8 million, 8.5 million. So you need to have a lot of money for you to do those pillars of Islam. So by default, if you want to do all the 5 pillars of Islam, or all the pillars of Islam, you need to be more disciplined. So I know I needed to be more. I was doing more, I was working like Jackie, and when the opportunity came, the first opportunity that came to me was the same domain knowledge that you guys were talking about. I did physics education in school, and the first corporate job that I got, it was because I had education in front of my certificate, and I talked about my experience in teaching. That is how I got the first job as a trainer. Even though I did not even train at all, that first job, I did not train anybody. That first month, I went from being an intern or a trainer to being a compensation and benefit person. The first month, I was processing salary of over 100 million in the first month of getting that job. And by the end of that month, my manager told me that it wasn't even up to a month. I joined August 14, 2019. It was like 2 days or 3 days after Ilea. Because I remember the weekend though. It was 2 days or 3 days after Ilea that I got the call that we need to start. And by the end of that month, they increased my salary because I worked my ass out. Like I was just working. Nothing else in my mind. It was just work. So, for you to have that Muslim edge, you need to put in the effort. Right now, the only options you have is to volunteer. Take projects, social impact projects, do a lot of projects. I'm sure your experiences in projects, volunteering projects, is what helps you to become who you are right now. Then you have the part of like, okay, how do you even now get things? Omaraja already talked about stone pitches. How many of us in this hall today have sent out a cold email in the past 6 months? If you have sent out a cold email in the past 6 months, raise up your hand. We are over 500, I mean 300 in this hall. I can't count of 50 people, or 30 people. So you need to do more. The reality is there, and the only way you can break that reality is to do more than every other person that are out there. Because one, you don't have network, you don't have siblings that are in positions. The Muslim ecosystem is so small in the workplace. So it's so hard for you to even get the opportunity. Now, apart from you being a man, probably you're a female and you use a jilbabi, you have the discrimination in the workplace again for that. So you cannot be like every other person. You have to have sewing in your head. Like you have to be obsessed about what you want in life. And that's the only way you can actually get that opportunity that will give you the lifestyle that you want. You can never be average as a Muslim. Don't settle for less. Do more. I am doing more. I am putting in more effort. I work in 9 to 5 and I'm building my personal brand across 4 social media platforms. I have over 160,000 followers on Facebook. LinkedIn, I have over 30-something thousand followers. On TikTok, I have 20,000 followers. This is me still putting in more because I know I cannot wait for, yes, 9 to 5 is there. It's giving me money. I cannot wait. So you cannot be average and expect something extraordinary. You have to put in a lot of effort, volunteer, do projects, do side projects, build something, partner with other people to build something, give you insights. While you're still in school, if there's any opportunity that you can get, build it. Join fellowships. This is very critical for you. You go to ChatGPT, type fellowship, apply to fellowships. This will give you the leverage to get the life you want. And that's the only option. There's nothing I want to tell you that will be different from like that. There's nothing else. That's the only route. It's just the only path. Look for people who have done it, look at their paths, duplicate their paths, and you will get their results.
That was very insightful. So basically, we should work until we get the proper opportunities. So the question was actually raised in the audience about what cold emails are. So anybody can answer this because we're having so anybody can answer. Just a brief explanation of cold emails. Okay. Our lecturer already explained cold emails, cold pitches, they're literally the same thing. It's simple. What you need to do, identify who you want to work with. Once you identify the opportunity or the person you want to work with, look for ways. There are ways in which you can get their email address, their CRM tools, Apollo.ai. Everything is in that slide. Yes, there's a slide I presented earlier on. Everything that you need about cold email is there. All you need to do is just action. And the action is not 100% action. You have to put like 300%, 400% action. Because there are a lot of people who are graduating every year. You don't want to wait until graduation before you start getting those opportunities. Offer yourself out. Don't care about the money. Just gain the experience. The experience is going to build your career for you. You're going to see what you're good at and what you're not good at. And from there, you'll be able to discern, okay, let me follow this path. Because another challenge a lot of people are facing is, which path should I follow? Which path should I follow? You need to start. Clarity will not find you by asking which path should I follow. You need to start with what you have put to you. And that way, you will now have the clarity of, okay, I want to do this. I am teaching, I'm doing public speaking right now. I did education in school. I never even thought about coming into public speaking. But I know that, okay, for me to get more things out of life, I need to improve my communication skills. I need to do some other skills. And I look at what are the opportunities. Public speaking. I started doing it. Last year or last 2 years, my first opportunity to speak, but I did it over and over and over again. I become better. And I want to be a piece that fits. Make it happen first. Make whatever dream you have inside of you. Make it happen first, then you make it better afterwards. So code email is in the document, but identify what you want. I'll just give you the breakdown. Identify the organization you want to work with, or people you want to work with. Look for their email address. If you can find it. If you cannot find it, there's LinkedIn there. Attach, send a DM to them, send an email to them, connect with them. If they don't respond to your email, go to their comment section. Continue to tag them on comment section every day. Anytime they post, just go into their comment section and keep tagging. One day, they will look at who is this person that is stopping me in the comment section. They will accept your request. And from there, you pick up conversation. But before you can get those access, you also have to be more. You have to achieve excellence. First, in anything that you're doing, business, skills, anything, be more. Then when you get that opportunity, you will be able to
to leverage it, because you can get the opportunity and you will still show you the way, because you are not more. You have to have like some obsession with what you have. Let's say be waking you up in the morning. Send them emails. Once they respond, go for the opportunity. If you get it, put in your all. If it's an internship opportunity, stay. Work as if you're working as a full-time person, so you can get a full-time job from there. A lot of people get internship opportunities, they will do it for 3 months, they will come back home. In this economy, you get internship opportunity, you do it for 3 months, 6 months, and you're still coming home. Why are you not getting the job? Why are you not getting more referral from that person? You need to put in effort. You work more than other employees that are getting full-time salary without any amount of money. Because, why? If you don't get that opportunity, then when you finish from school, you go to NYSC, you go and do NYSC, Alawi and all those things, you will come back into the job market. At that time, there are over 20 millions of people who are looking for opportunity, and the struggle will be too higher than them. Now is the best time for you to start trying, and even if you don't get it now, just keep on trying. It builds you, and eventually you will get something that you can start with. Thank you.
So we are coming to the end of this section, right? And up until now, I think we have learned a whole lot. Personally, I have learned that the only way to have that edge is to work like you deserve the edge, right? So because it's not, I want to continue, but they are chasing us away. So I would like each of our panelists to just say one piece of advice that you have given to your younger self if they were in this conference right now.
Sorry, before I do that, so I would like to say that we are all speaking from one main assumption, that we are all Muslims and Allah is first. So obviously you have to work, you have to do everything. We are assuming that we all understand that regardless of what it is, Allah is still the Al-Qadir, right? So I just want to put that out there. We are not taking away the Allah. We already assume, we all understand that is number one. But what I would have told my younger self, I think would have been to even more, to do more. I think that would be it. So I would not really want to take anything away, because I've also learned to look at my life journey as the pathway that leads to who I am at the moment. So long as I'm not settling, so long as I'm not playing away with my time, everything makes me the unique person that I am. But the only way it makes sense is if during the journey I'm not resting and wasting my time. So take your time serious, value your time. I think that's what I was.
Now, so there's one thing I will add to what my brothers have said is find something that will kind of a platform that can give you like 10 experiences in one. Something that will chase you, that you will run, and then you know, okay, you've learned something. So my guy here in New York, actually, I took him as a boss because I used to look up to him on LinkedIn. I'm not the LinkedIn guy, kind of. So, but I have a brand. Every one of us here use Killer to come here. So we built it. And every single day, we are still doing that. So I went up in the night and my brother were doing it together. We work on it, working on my ass. So what's the experience with that taught me is that it taught us product thinking. You need to think. You're not going to build a product, you are building a solution. If you are not using it, it's a problem with you, not with people. Because what you are building is not solving the problem. So you need to think again. Research. So don't limit yourself to the corner piece of our university here. Watch interviews of great people. See what people are doing in the world. What 22 years are doing. For example, the head of Tega Industries. It was built by a 22-year-old person, as they said. So the person was making an argument that we need more of hardware guys. So people were arguing that why is it that everybody cannot do tech? So what I learned from him is that he has opened his mind to a lot of things that we are confined to. We all do software, how to design web. lot of automations, building stuff that can, change our lives in our environment here. So we need a lot of exposures. And what one way to have a leverage to do that is to do something and give you guys exposure. Being a company means I have to deal with the customers. I was on a call with one of our customers. I have to take them one by one, listen to their arguments. I was like, hey, I'm listening, I won't go. Listen to their pain points. Check to, okay, what can we give next? They will tell you. So we are saying that we wanted to onboard a business owner because what we do now is more like scaling, helping people scale their business. So we took the person online. So we are on a call with the person, and the woman said, this thing is good though, everything is presented is good. But if I want to use this thing, I need this particular product. So we're not even seeing it enough. So it teaches us a way to actually know what is important. I want to manage my team. Okay, someone said there's someone complained that yes, I was busy. The message was not interesting. But you have to learn to manage that. So anything you are doing now, at this our stage, you are so young, do something that will chase you. You can ask my brother there about some of the companies when they work on or something like that. There are a lot of things you need to learn at a single instance. So a year or two of your own experience will be like 5 years, 10 years of someone else. So if there's one thing I want to advise is that, yes, do something, try to be more impactful. So it's all come back to, do more. So I was talking, before coming here, I was talking from a lecture, just an funny lecture actually. So one of the points when I was discussing was that, yes, because the people said, career, being excellent in career and not being an actor. I was like, when I was discussing, something came to my mind that, yes, everything comes back to excellence. If you're not doing it around, if you cannot see people money in this our own time, then you need to work harder. You need to be more excellent in what you do. And what I did, which I will round up with, is what the message Islam said that إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ لِلْمُؤْمِنِ when you do something, excellence in it. So that excellence is what we need to do, and we start that inshallah. Now, thank you.
Just one final part of words with everybody. We all have situations that is pushing us, and the only thing I will tell you is use that situation as fuel for what you want to achieve. Your financial situation, your life situation, anything it is, use it as fuel to achieve your dreams. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
So we thank them for the very insightful session that they've given us, and inshallah now, so tomorrow we want to present them with awards, and we will have that from the person of Professor Professor please kindly make it to the stage. Says Professor and Professor please kindly make it to the stage to present awards. Once you present awards.
Before I present, I don't know whether I was supposed to talk. I don't know whether I'm supposed to address all the time. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Well, I need to say this because the areas before, you are putting it together. it seems as if this program is being focused on only fintech. Only fintech. And if anybody now face fintech, what is left in the core engineering? My professor, one of my other Professor Edi, in those days, we say everybody is going to modeling. What we transform to the physical material that we are going to use. If you are saying you are doing modeling, what are you going to model if there is no physical product? That's my own professor. And nowadays, we have observed that the focus is being tailored towards fintech. But thank God that my brother started a bit of caution. Look, that technology can still be applied to a core engineering. And that one actually yes, I give a sign of it. Because look, I'm sorry to say this. Nigeria is actually the problem for taking your time. Nigeria is being transformed to a consumer nation already. Yes, a consumer nation. We are almost supporting everything, including technological products. It is worse that you can imagine we are importing toothpicks. When we have a lot of things that we can process into toothpicks. So the idea is that we must not forget the traditional engineering technology. It is still there. If without that, well, we are looking at that. Our point is still coming out. But somebody said sometimes ago that Nigeria is a resource cost. That it's great that the oil just dry off. But when the oil dries off, we will take and harness our resources to get better things that can make us progress. So, again, I want to thank the organizer of the program. And the keynote speaker mentioned it. The first thing is that as a Muslim, you must do your own differently. You must do your own differently. And he also stressed you must work extraordinarily. Believing that whatever you do should be an act of worship. The purpose for which Allah created everybody. That every minute, every second that we spend on earth must be act of worship. I'm sorry. When I came here a few years ago as a lecturer, I used to share out with one of my senior colleagues. That's a post-graduate. It has been my habit. Saturdays and Sundays at my office. It is still repeated today. One day, the man asked me, it was a Saturday. He said, "Oh, lad, why is it that people Saturday and Sundays, you are here?" He said, "You know, on Saturday is still a part of official work. At least you know it. You know we have lectures. The lectures students on Saturdays. Okay? And we do research on Saturday. But he said Sunday. On Sunday, you will go to church. You go to church. When I'm in my office, I consider it that whatever I'm doing, that whatever I'm doing is an act of worship. He said, hey, so that is why you come to office almost every day. I said, yes. Students, know that your study is act of worship. You must do excellent well in it. And as Muslim, the Bible will say, Ota Ogoya, Ota Yene, Eba Ogoya. When you kill a grasshopper, however big that person may be, your end is one small rat that they killed. Don't mind it, it's one small rat that they killed. All these are people sitting down, and my professor here. It is by the grace of God that are here that they are taking that position. I know the effort they put in. Mrs. Bello, Professor Adam, and Obayo. Because when they say, when the criteria says, give us 20 publications as Muslim, they were ready to fight it. Because Otayne Eba Odoya. If you just present 22, they say, it's marginal. In this case, cannot go. Because they didn't want you to go before. That is why, as Muslims, we must perform excellently well. We are better. God does. And benefit all of us. Having said this, this award is presented to this engineer. Okay, I can say Alaja. Alaja, you be an and maybe this year, because Mrs. Bello remember that they went the time the year I went to Hajj. When you gather people at the mosque and you wanted to pray for them for Hajj, I said, I want to go to Hajj this year. And he was distributing one small bag to me and those who are paid. I said, I will go to Hajj this year, inshallah. And that's the life. The following week, I got a job of 1.3 million. That's 2012. The contract is his job. That job of 1.2 million. And for 2 weeks, I did it. That's how I paid the Hajj. And I was in the market that year. So the whole we go. So now, Mr. Kladini is our keynote speaker, who has done wonderfully well. We enjoy it a lot. Even being as we are capable in the profession, we enjoy it a lot. We thank you for sharing your knowledge, your experience with us and the youth. And I hope that if I actually acquire a lot of knowledge to help them in their future career. This is for your outstanding services and distinguished contribution as the keynote speaker of this special Muslim Text Summit 2.0. Abi 2.0. This is the second one. It's also said that it's in recognition of the dedication to advancing the values of the Muslim age through faith-driven, excellent, that iman, meaningful societal impact, and vision for the future. Today, February 8, 2026, at OAU here in Ile-Ife. Barakallahu.
Let us say something more here at 20.
On behalf of the Muslim Summit 2.0 organizers. I want to present this award of excellence to Engineer Ridwan Boyega as a panelist for outstanding service and distinguished contribution as a panelist at the Western Summit 2.0. This award recognizes your dedication to advancing the values of the Muslim faith through faith-bringing excellence, human, meaningful societal impact, and innovation for the future. Dated February 8, 2026, and full in congratulations. Barakallahu.
Entonces, ya como va a hacer.
Now, this place is very familiar. Okay. Now, on behalf of the Muslim Texan 2.0 organizers, this award of excellence presented to Engineer Abodori Abdussalam, one of the panelists, for outstanding service and distinguished with contributions as a panelist at the Texan 2.0. This award recognizes your dedication to advancing the values of the Muslim faith through faith-building excellence, iman, meaningful societal impact, and innovation for the future. On this day, February 8, 2026, at Holy Day, the last one, much barakah, grant you to bless in this world and the congratulations, barakah.
Let us say this after the war. So, and let's welcome Mr. Salman Abiola on stage for the Zoman Award ceremony.
But this is another award from the Muslim Tech Summit 2.0. Award of excellence presented to Mr. Sulaiman Abiola as a speaker for outstanding service and distinguished contribution as a speaker at the Muslim Tech Summit 2.0. Again, they recognize your dedication to advancing the value of Muslim faith through faith-living, internet, human mental impact, and innovation for the future. Today, February 2026,
Now, we would like to welcome our esteemed father and speaker, the president of Dr. Adam Montana, to the stage as well, to be awarded his award.
Asik. Assalamualaikum. To do this, my mom. When you get to the mosque, today we are thankful everything. In the Indian garden, when you go to the mosque, I have to say, Salam alaikum. Now, I'm happy that Dr. Adam is here. I think you are supposed to go to the advisor. I want to thank you for the support for the students. And again, Shela Wakanda, Solo, anyone? Solo. If you give him time, this is the incredible. So that's why when you stop and say, stop it there for about you, tell about stop, let's continue. And you used to enjoy it a lot. particularly what you are doing today, tech edge. That is, Muslims must have edge over others. It's what they have been canvassing over the years. Over the years, that we must do our own differently, particularly in the current society that we find ourselves. So, well, on behalf of the Muslim Tech Action 2.0, I'm presenting that work to you. I will understand service and distribute conclusion as a speaker at the Muslim Tech Action 2.0, particularly for the dedication to advancing the value of the Muslim Tech 2.0 through faith living excellence, meaningful societal impact, and education for the future. Today, February 6, 2026, at OAU, Ilefe. Kuala Lumpur.
Kebirullah. Are we hungry? Kebirullah.
Allahu Akbar.
Let's use that to our character of others. So lastly, we'd like to welcome Engineer Steve Ismail on the stage to be awarded.
Yeah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Engineer Ismail is an in-house person. After finishing from the university and faculty of technics many years ago, and has been very impactful to students. MSS programs, teaching a lot of software and the rest. So thank you for that dedication. And I'm happy that some of your kids are also here. And I feel Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues to guide them around. Well, Muslim Tech Summit 2.0, Award of Excellence, presented to Engineer Ismail, a prominent alumnus, you can see, and probably a speaker here today for the outstanding service and distinguished contributions as a prominent alumnus at the Muslim Tech Summit 2.0. This award recognizes your dedication to advancing the values of the Muslim Tech through faith-driven excellence, iman, meaningful societal impact and innovation for the future. This day, February 8, 2026, at Obafemi Awolowo University in Lincoln. The last one, Moshaka, grant you his goodness in this world and hereafter. Congratulations, brother.
So now, with that, we want to open the for music that was to our speakers and panelists. So we'd like to have our mother here because this is probably was a very short good message. So
Let us welcome her on stage, please.
The first thing I want to appreciate the organizers of this event. I'm amazed because I'm seeing people coding not to ZZK, not to Takagi. So please, my brother, why are we moving about on campus with ZZK, all those broken here just because we are coding? Please, we are the told. We are Muslims. Let us do it differently. So I want to thank my brother for coming here, presenting themselves reasonably very well, and yet they are big tech guys. Then I'm going to start from where we stopped the last time. Let the problem within us ginger our action. We are now looking for funds for the staff. The common problem is now people will work very hard to prepare a staff. At the end of it all, we will not get grants. You can imagine the pain, somebody coming to mosque to take the time and couldn't get it. It is disappointing. So, please, I want to appeal. If because we get from Muslim Tech 2.0 for this year is enough, let us get tech solution for our entire distribution and management. Thank you very much. Then, lastly, if I don't say this, who will say it? Where are the Muslims in tech? We have about 8 people talking today. None of them is a Muslim. What is the problem? Don't we have them in tech? Let us encourage them. Even if it's just one person. Those who want to give role models to these sisters, please, I'm begging you. By the next event for Muslim Tech 3.0, inshallah, let us feature Muslims in tech. We need them. We need to encourage our sisters. Don't wait till they say they are not going to, be in the welfare, in the right section for you, please. The duty of everything is not for you, it is to their family. So don't just put them in charge of rice and water and think that is what they are made for. No, they also have a career to build. Thank you very much.
We believe the organizers have taken down notes on what she has said.
I want to add one said. Do we have any of our sisters that hold here, like the program? Hey, you don't? Allah. Who? Our sister, because yes, I have a to encourage you. Now, someone.
Now, the situation will be moving very, very swiftly to the partners or sponsorships session. After that, inshallah, we'll be having the hackathon. And I think concurrently to have the food itself, and I can assume and tell that all of us are hungry at this point. So inshallah, the food will make its way to the hall, and we will begin the partners to show the sponsors session now, inshallah. Very, very short time, 2-3 minutes, inshallah.
So our first partner is the Megaton. So Megaton was the workstation we used for our Islamic Day yesterday. So they hosted us from morning till around after yesterday. We used our workspace for the Islamic Day for the post-act chat. Also, I'd like to also that those that are attended in the Islamic Day, they are given the scholarship for you to continue your training. So we look forward to that.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I am Ujugo by name. I am from Mega Transport Station. For those that were there yesterday, I know you all enjoyed everything you benefited from it. If you were there yesterday, kindly signify, please. Alright, thank you very much. So now, what do we do at Mega Transport Station? We are at the airport of Ife, right at Oduduwa Estate, number 25, immediately after Oduduwa Estate Gate. That is where we are located. And we are here to solve the problem of seeing tech enthusiasts or like-minded people not having a community to grow or not having a workstation due to electricity low or no electricity supply or network issue. At our workstation, we have two Starlink staff appropriately made available for anyone that wants to walk through over and over again. Currently also, we are planning on ensuring that people are being upskilled in their tech career. In the next coming weeks, you can meet me or the organizers of the group to get more details. In the next coming weeks, we'll be organizing educating summit that will be running for 12 weeks. And you can count yourself lucky to be among them. And we will all appreciate that. You can come around our tech station and see what we offer. Thank you very much. And you can also follow us on our social media to get more updates from us. Thank you very much.
Well, that is Megatron for you. The workstation that essentially provides services for you. If you are planning to have a workstation where you can work, Megatron is your place to be. Well, now we have one of our. So, and this is also This is very vital. We all know that when food is being shared, we all get more energetic. Please let us try to maintain the rule. So we don't want to have heads popping off and people standing unnecessarily. Protocols to ensure that happens. Let us all have people on their seats and ensure that we're on. So we have the next partner up here, the person of Kickstart, and he will be sharing with us what we have in 2 minutes, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Now, I've been calling for the program and I'm here to tell you about Kickstart. So basically, Kickstart Academy is a software engineering academy, and we teach you how to code among various other texting. So Kickstart Academy is the most beginner-friendly yet comprehensive tech school in Ibadan. We take students from ground zero to become job ready in the shortest possible time. So now, if you see here, you can see the banner. Let this give that sense of future purpose. So personally, that was where I learned. And you can see the next class in the next cohort. We take classes on full stack web development, content engineering, mobile application development, Web3 programming. And I can assure you that the instructor has more than 5 years of experience and is very, very good at what he does. So we can take some questions here. What will I accomplish at the end of the program? So at the end of the program, you will acquire the practical skills needed to collect, claim, and analyze and report data using standard tools that make you qualified for a data analyst, data scientist, or business. So I want us all to stay tuned because we are going to see a product of Kickstart Academy here today. So if you have any other questions or inquiries, you can go to kickstart.academy. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Well, there you have it. Kickstart are training the next frontier of tech enthusiasts and product builders. If you are planning to learn how to code, if you are planning to learn how to be the next senior 10x senior software developer, Kickstart is where to be. So, inshallah, we'll be moving on. Okay, well, since our partner, they've come with a lot of goodies and they're not going to return home with it. So we have a couple of gifts here that we want to share with people as we are eating and also listening and participating in the if you can get gifts. So they have a couple of games here for us to play. Please, you hand that and co-host will be handling that.
So, if you have a text app,
If you have your text app downloaded, can you raise your hand? I see one hand, two hands,
go to App Store, Play Store, or any of your Play Store, App Store. Download the text now.
I can't tell my co-host.
Download your text app. So you sign up. Should I give the banner code or no? But there's going to be a reward for you. So let's go to the banner code after you sign up is 0P6ZAYN7X. So after you sign up, let me know. So this is our sign up. We have up to 10,000 in your text account. Can you use your hand? 10,000 in your text account. 30,000 in your text account. What are 40,000? 50. 60. 60,000 in your text account. This is your hand. I can't see any account. Yeah? 6,000. Wow, can you make your, come here please.
Well, I can see the food coming in. I hope you guys don't forget the food and the co-host with the power.
So, you can collect your question.
I can see a lot of
You can collect
time.
your like now, you don't know now.
I've not seen a lot of time.
Like, you can collect your app. Come now. Now, like, it's not already new.
So we'll be doing you are comparing and we get ready for the hackathon, please can you put up the slide for the products that we have? Right, so we're moving swiftly to the hackathon session. We have our judges here, in person of Dr. Adam Murtala, Professor Bayo, Professor Olarafe, Brother Dr. Aboduna Abdussalam, and Professor Mrs. Soho Abelo. They will be judging the products that we have here today for the hackathon of MTS 2.0. Right, so I'll leave them to the details or to
we have because
okay, so I'll be calling on the teams that we have or the products that we have for this hackathon. You have 3 minutes to pitch whatever it is that you have come in to pitch here today. 3 minutes max for whatever it is that you are pitching. You have to have completed at the end of 3 minutes, and you will be judged based on. So you'll be judged based on the problem clarity, the solution quality, the technical execution, scalability and impact, the innovation that comes in it, pitch delivery, and the quality of the product as well. So you have 3 minutes. I'm repeating again, 3 minutes. We have our timer ready here. By further resolution from the committee, they asked us to allow them to pitch in 4 minutes, just so that everyone can deliver the details of their project. So we have the first group here, and the first group here is R&D. Who are the representatives or representatives of R&D? You have any time, are you both using the mic or? Alright, so R&D will come up on stage now to tell us what they have for us in 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and their time start.
Uthman has a problem. Uthman is a medical student and he has an exam in 2 days. However, Uthman hasn't washed his clothes, he hasn't cooked, and he hasn't do any other things he has to do. Many of us can relate to this problem where we have to complete a lot of errands within a short time. So the solution is that we came up with dedicated this errand to fellow students around Uthman. So instead of Uthman wasting money to errands that would otherwise be used to study and do other things, he can post this errand on errand to verify the runners, fellow students around him that don't have exams and are interested in taking participating form can then pick errands from errand. So if you need any students around you to watch things for you, to watch your place, to basically put it on errand and you offer an amount, errand puts the money in escrow, and until completion of the errand, then the money is released to the person that picked it. So Uthman is referred to as a sender, and the students around that complete the errand, they are called runners. So this service is specifically used for the campus. So we have an opportunity. We have 170 plus universities in Nigeria, and we have 25 million students in this university. So with our current infrastructure, we are targeting 100,000 students across 5 to 10 campuses.
Our infrastructure we currently have a way to our WhatsApp flow where poster can post errand on the website. Then they connect to the runner that picks the errand. Then they get to WhatsApp and then they discuss. So we also have they have to come their wallet after posting an errand. So there's also a feature where runner can say, okay, I want to batch a lot of errands that are on the same route, and at the end of the day, you can withdraw all the money you have.
So the way errand makes our revenue is from service charges. So from on every errand, we charge 100 naira for errands below 1,000 naira, and we charge 10% or 10 to 20% for errands above 1,000 naira. We also plan to have subscriptions for vendors on campus so that we can make errands with their number one logistics provider. When we started our pilot is in UCH, Ibadan, in one hostel in UCH, this is the graph for the volume of orders per month. So you can see that the graph goes linearly. And then our targeted market strategy to dominate universities includes talking to stakeholders within these universities. So departments, presidents, SPG board, and we also have brand ambassadors in each university to help us to market the message. So this is our competitors, and we are high for students. We have a high cost, and we have instant community support. So our traction and growth, we already have 600 users in APH, one hostel within 1 month. We run on our app have made more than 400,000 naira in 1 month, and we run and made 180,000 naira in just 1 month, running naira. So our roadmap for this year, we have a roadmap to dominate the cities in Nigeria. So for Q1, I am the CEO, the visionary in operations and marketing, and this is my chief technical officer, FATEMSA, that deals with engineering. Thank you very much.
That is Aaron for you. They are the team that basically outsource all the errands that you have that you have done in particular moments that sources. You can have a success. So they outsource it. Sorry, does anyone have questions? In 2 minutes max.
Thank you very much. Well, I observed that you are doing some work with the students. Yes. Sending messages and delivering.
Yes, basically students can send errors on the website, and other students around them that are registered can also pick the errors straight on.
Because if with this kind of product, are you not every student listening?
When I stated the problem, sir, I mentioned that students have a lot of things within a few minutes, and I used the example of a medical student. He has an exam tomorrow, but he has to wash clothes, he has to make food, and he has to do several things within a day. He knows that if he takes out time to do all those things, he won't be able to read before the exam. So he can easily dedicate these errands to other people around him that will help him as long as he has money to pay them. So it's basically a way to dedicate errands without wasting productive time.
Well, because I'm saying, where I said you want to bring the student to the place, because all those things that they are those things that give the students, you have to acquire all those things, how to manage your time, and that's what the students, when they go out there, to go.
In response to that, there are also other situations where this might happen. If the student is ill and can't do anything himself, he might as well lose errand in that because somebody around can help him get drugs to his room or get drugs, basically doing that. So it's not exactly restricting them to do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the presentation. My question is, how do you manage quality control? You understand? I mean, you source, you have allowed somebody to pick up the task, you've collected your commission. How do you ensure service delivery owner of those tasks?
Okay. So when we are onboarding our runners, we make them go through a quality training, on how to relate with the sender as well as, and we always verify these runners because they are always students. So we verify their personal details, their picture, their place of residence, and every every other details that we need. We also partner with security agencies within school to make sure that in case anything goes wrong, we can always talk to this. They can always be able to reach these students for that.
Thank you for the pitch. Judges have rendered their scores. So we have the next product now. Amen, I'm guessing. Who are the representatives of Amen? So we have 4 minutes.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm going to take my name on my next visit now. I'm here to take you through what Amana is. Amana is a privacy first ethical nature that helps to record trust, debt, and responsibilities. So if one agreement are everywhere, I can tell Mubarak here, Mubarak is sending some amount of money. So let's assume that Mubarak is sending the money, and then let's assume that we don't record it down. Not recording the money, not writing anywhere. So, over a specific period of time, I can actually forget that Mubarak gave me some amount of money since it was not recorded down. So that means that memory can fail because I've forgotten over that specific period of time. So when the memory fails and I failed to fulfill my promise to Mubarak, the relationship between us, like the trust between us starts to reduce. So relationship can suffer. So that we built Amana. Amana is an application that helps students record their debt, their responsibilities. The real problem is not actually debt. Debt is not actually the real problem. The real problem of Amana, the real problem Amana is trying to solve is actually forgetting. So when the assumption I made is that I lend money from Mubarak. So when I over a specific period of time, we not record it down, and I have forgotten that I actually borrowed money from Mubarak. So since I have forgotten, I'm going to deny that I borrowed the money. So when I deny, Mubarak will cheated because it's believed that I'm being dishonest or not fulfilling the promise. So this leads to loss of respect or loss of dignity. So in order to prevent this, we have built Amana to create clarity and to prevent conflict.
Now, the problem here is not the problem. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the longest surah, and the longest verse, that whenever we are having a transaction between ourselves, we should make sure we record to prevent such occurrence. And Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, also said in our authentic that a debtor who died and has not repaid his debt, he sold the debt and in his grave, and he know the about it until his debt is being paid. So that's what Amana.
Amana, the meaning of Amana, based on Islamic, Quranic principle and practical guidance, Amana is one application that helps people record, verify, and honor commitment. Record in the way that it helps us to document our transaction. I bought money from Mubarak, I'm able to document it inside Amana. It's also verified. When I borrow money from Mubarak, I'm able to confirm. Mubarak can also confirm that he borrowed me money for you. So it honors commitment. So when our transaction is documented, there is an indication that the promise is not fulfilled. So to ensure clarity and also mutual assurance, it promotes ethical fulfillment. What are the features of Amana? We have plenty features of the Amana web application, but the key core features are: number one is private ethical ledger. So Amana is treated as a document that can help us to document our transactions. I borrow money from Mubarak, I'm going to document it now. So inside the informal debt and just one-to-one.
So our please video. So first, we record the obligations about what we borrow from the person we borrow from. So next, we have a mutual confirmation, then and we both have the same documented record for this. So that's what the video about is also talking about. So beyond money, I also talked about cash debt said earlier, and then physical items. We also dedicate items. We can keep the physical items with someone, and then we'll be able to like keep it for the person, and then when for the person they can like get okay, this now you'll be able to chase it and not be let them invest about. So the next thing is that partial implement. If it is about money, be able to pay it once more and then
one of the complications of permanent
your time is up. Thank you.
your question.
What is the innovation in this work? If I record down, if I have this app, I record it, whether it's my friend, then if already best known to me, I protect the app. What happens? Is there another way to remind me?
Yes, ma'am. At the end of 5 years, this time move to the next slide. We regulated that the disclaimer that amnesty is for those who carry work. That's the main. That we want to know we are afraid of the punishment of the person who is having their economy why. So that's what basically amnesty is about.
Is there a existing solution like this? That to compare your
We look at we realize that there's some WhatsApp. We can just make them on WhatsApp. But those documentations, they don't have the mutual agreement. They don't have the mutual agreement, and then they can anything can happen to this thing. The record of why this remains intact, and the account can be left and given to the probably the person able to repay to our debt. For someone who was debt.
Okay, thank you for that presentation. We have the next product now. Who are the representatives of Philips Fund?
Someone else will request. So, FATEMSA.com is the truth engine for African data. So, we built a SAA, software as a service, that allows researchers to undergo research, get human verified data, and also for respondents to get rewarded for taking those. So, next slide. So, you can see. This is an example of the 400 level OAU students that was in my DM about a year ago asking to get responses for our final year project. On the right is a UK PhD student that is also requesting for people to fill her survey. This shows how important getting survey responses are. Next slide, please. So the problem statement, global data pollution. It is evident that now almost everything, even our exam, everybody is relying on AI. Most of these responses are just AI saturated. Some of them are bonded. Even these Google forms that we fill, most people use like multiple emails to fill a particular survey. The second is Africa is a black hole. 1.4 billion Africans are underrepresented in the global data. The verification gap. There is no verification system that shows that somebody in Osun State or a medical student in Osun State actually filled the survey. And the last cost of inaction, people waste thousands of dollars because of bad data and oversaturation of AI. This next slide. The solution. So the first is no downloads required. We actually built it in Telegram media. So I'm very sure most of us have Telegram media. Just like clicking the link, you can fill surveys and start getting rewards for filling surveys. Global pay is the side back. Thank you. The global pay local spend. We also enabled blockchain rails for people to get funds instead of being limited, trying to access global platforms. The unfakeable digital passport also introduced on-chain soul technology to verify everybody's identity or credentials. The fourth is agentic AI protection. We have a MO8 remote that actually verifies, actually checks for bots behavior, maybe your pattern of clicking, your pattern of time that you use in the platform. Next slide. Why now? In 2026, according to SOA, which is the European Society of Opinion and Market Research, they said that 90% of digital data will be synthetic, that is AI generated, which is very scary. Then the break line of digital lining. So the blacklisting of 1.4 Africans due to legacy payment, because we don't have access to platforms like PayPal. Most of us don't have access to any from these survey platforms. The so-called technology I talked about is a very unified, what's it called, the proof of quality infrastructure that actually help verify our data. The market opportunity is actually, as someone also said, the global research industry is valued at over $150 billion market, and I want to tap into $2 billion in the Pan-African consumer market. Next slide, please. So we have global giants like Survey Junkie and other platforms that I know a lot of people know them, but we don't have access to them because of our geolocation. Local startups are actually, should I say, very lazy. They are very low quality. And manual tools like using WhatsApp or Google Form, there are no incentives there. Next slide, please. So you just click on your Telegram link app, you sign up, there will be verification checks, you do a video, what's it called, verification. Also, blockchain layers to pay you, maybe Solana USDT or Solana USDT. Next slide, please. So these are what we have. Next slide. Okay, you can actually click on www.fatesummit.com to check the next slide, please. The business model. So, for somebody like a financial student that wants to get 100 responses, instead of you printing a lot of papers, you can just pay 12,500 naira. We get 20%. Every response. We also have a withdrawal fee. So, let's say the student takes this order from just a student, takes for professional purpose.
That is really so important.
There's a big problem with data acquisition. How do you deal with anonymity? How do you able to track people with their parents? I mean, because somebody can take money from you, that means his account details is with you. So that means probably you have the person's data. So how do you deal with anonymity?
So that's why we introduced the blockchain rails. People can actually play via blockchain cryptocurrencies without sharing any of their data with us.
So if I understood the fact that I get money by completing this just so I can do as much as possible, paying around it, so I can get more money as someone completes the submission.
No,
how do you manage?
How do you manage such? Like people try to manipulate the system and how to make money. First, that we talked about the soul-bound technology. Soul-bound technology is a unique and immutable digital badge that is on chain on the blockchain, so it cannot be duplicated. So nobody can create more than one account if everything has been tied to an SBT. It's actually an Ethereum technology. So nobody, like if you have created an account and has been verified to an SBT, you can't create another account. You can't have, if you are somebody that has just one line, you can't have two elements. So it's not possible, system that already been tied. So we have the various verification systems that ties into the solar technology and actually constants. So it cannot be manipulated.
So what if I do something? I just see that in single day, 24 hours. See that in single day, 24 hours. Go through it today. I don't even matter. I just need the body. And everything like object, just maximize the profit. So how do you do that?
So thank you. You know, I also mentioned that one of the solutions we were bringing was an identity AI checker. So we have a behavioral pattern system that checks the way you are thinking. Is it human-like? The number of the time you spend between that survey, is it human-like? Like the pattern that you should use that access that thing, we have a security system that detects the pattern and it will keep you out if you are behaving like a bot.
That is really sorry for you. They have demonstrated their project and we're moving on to the next one, which is numeric sale or numeric scientific representatives.
The future of Nigeria isn't just our soil, it is in our need solution. Next slide. Meet Mr. Day. Meet Mr. Day, a 50-year-old farmer. He has the land, he has an experience, and he has the way to grow. He walks into a bank, they turn him down because he didn't have collateral. It became invisible to the financial system. At Farm Letter, have used the height that the bankers are missing. My name is Rui Kalamujumura and my colleague. We have developed a machine learning credit scoring hub that transformed the socio-economic data into financial trust. We have developed a data driving system that changes the narration from what do you hold to what does your data say by achieving an accuracy of 91% using logistics regression. The problem: only 7.2% of Nigeria's farmers have access to farmer loans. Farmer faces barriers like no collateral, poor financial infrastructure, and lack of digital access. While the bank never is, who are truly creditworthy? Mr. Day is not alone. Millions of farmers in Nigeria are facing the same rejection. Let's like this. Our aim is to build data solution system that evaluates farmers' credit system and empowers financial institutions. While our objective is to promote financial inclusion, is to design a credit readiness score, is to also build a AI conversational chatbot. Next slide. My data architecture. Our data was gotten from follow, please. The follow, please.
Our solution also incorporates an AI chatbot which answers farmers' most pressing problems, guides them through the loan process, and also tells them how to improve their credit score over time. This is very important for the farmers agriculture or any other farm credit facilities on which farmers to give loans. Focus on young entrepreneurs, the agricultural sector, age between 18 to 35. The timing is complex, and this is in line with the focus of the nation to improve the productivity in the agricultural sector.
Yeah, so basically we are providing loans to the farmers, but we are de-risking the agricultural economy by using the farmer's profile to provide trust for the lender, so they know who to give the loans to.
Any questions?
You are targeting age 18 to 35.
For now.
Age 18 to 35.
So our focus generally is on farmers in general.
Hey, but what do we guys say 18 to 35?
It's just a specific focus. Like we are laying emphasis on this one because they have access to the digital tools and everything required to work with what we're trying to do.
And you know what I'm saying this? Majority of farmers, I don't think they are in this category. And I don't think they are going to come about this for now. And those those that they think they are not liking to be farmer. You know that? So, and you want to get information on their identity. How do you do that?
When in fact they are not farmers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, we have,
in addition, those who are real and actual farmers, there are people in higher ages. How do you encourage them to use your software? How do you put them to use your software?
Okay, so
they are on land, they have this knowledge of software usage and the rest. How do you manage them?
Yeah, so we are aware that the young are not really interested in farming or agriculture, so we are. But the focus for our solution is farming. Or in line with what they get more use into agriculture, and that's like one of the main purposes of the 1.4 trillion naira injected into the Bank of Agriculture. So it's for farmers in general, but we have a special interest in youth to get more youth farming. So regarding the one about farmers being able to make use of agriculture, before money points came, they became mainstream. We are all going to sit here to argue, are old people going to be able to use those software solutions? How do they get access to the internet? So those are the questions that we're going to ask. But when they did it, I saw you on LinkedIn where you went to meet people at Money Point. So there are a lot of old people that are using these solutions, and before they became mainstream, we were thinking, oh, there is no network or internet access in February, but today Money Point is in Benue State, Money Point is in Katsina, Money Point is in Nasarawa, and just everywhere around the country. So we are hoping to achieve that in Bangladesh.
Time is up.
Can we really answer that?
How do you now project the cube data to analyze it enough to get to know which benefits what?
Okay, so basically we built an ML system, a machine learning system. Your question is how do we actually get the data? So we are hoping to have agents that will be in local governments. Farmers will give us their details, how large their farm area is, the market they sell, do they have a house, and a lot of other information like that. And we are relying on those agents to confirm and validate this information they are providing with us. And then when we have access to it, they bring it into our AI system, and we are able to predict whether this person is going to be credible or not. Yeah, so that's why our agents are going to confirm and validate this information. What do you say? Well,
we have our product already. Like we can just test it out.
Well, thank you. That is my step for you. We are going to be moving on to the next product, which is Aquavice. The representatives of Aquavice, please. If we don't have that, we are moving to Smart Scholars. Do you have the representative of Smart Scholars available? Smart Scholars. You should be penalized for coming with Aquavice, right? So we have 4 minutes. The timer, please. So the Aquavice is starting their page now, and we have 4 minutes.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Imagine this, you waking up, going to your workplace of business,
and then you find out that 80% of your hard labor are gone. This is not just an imagination, this is the reality to thousands of fish farmers in Nigeria today. My name is Mubarak Ifeanyi, a former level electrical and electronics engineering student in Mountain, and I'm here to present our project, Aquabites, a smart aquaculture system with recycling. According to Food and Agriculture Organization, aquaculture system is one of the fastest growing sector in the world today. But for every big sector comes a big problem. And that's why we found out 3 key problems. Number 1, the problem of fish mortality. Fish farmers that own ponds, you can own a pond today, feed the fishes and see things are going well, then come up the next day only to find out that an harmful substance has entered this fish pond, thereby leading to mortality. The second problem, water pollution. Have we ever asked ourselves that all the wastewaters that are coming from fish ponds, where are they going to? These are part of the things that affect our aquatic lives and our aquatic life and ecosystem. The third problem, yes, we have tools available, but these tools are either too expensive or too complex. With this, we came up with a solution called Aquabites. Aquabites is a smart water monitoring system that helps the fish farmers. How? It has 3 key modules. Number 1, sensor modules. These sensor modules collect data of what is happening in the fish pond, and thereby sending the information to the farmer wherever it is. With this, the farmer does not need to be in the farm all the time. He can access what is happening via the mobile phone. Number 2, we have an artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence takes all the information, analyzes it, and then predicts and give the farmer insight on what is going on in that farm. Number 3, recycling model. We are making use of coagulation and absorption method to take every wastewater from the fish pond, take it to the point, and then after some time, after some days, it's being recycled back to the fish farm, to the pond. We all know if you're a fish farmer here, during dry seasons and in many places, there's a problem of less water availability. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. These are solution architecture. Next slide. Our mobile interface. We built this mobile interface. This is our initial mobile interface when we built. But alhamdulillah today, we've been able to add other features because we are building this for accessibility for local people and people in urban cities. Thereby, we created a translation aspect for every fish monitoring, for every information, for everything that is going on in the farm. The fisher can view on his phone and also see it in his local language, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. Next slide, please. Our target users. We are targeting small and medium-scale fish farmers, youths and women aquaculture startups. We all know the youths nowadays do not want to do serious works. Next slide. Our business model, B2B SES platform. Every information, farmers pay a token every month. A token, and then for this application, then the hardware sales, we are selling the hardware to the fish farmers. Then the data analytics, we all know aquaculture sector, every sector needs researchers, and every sector needs researchers. So every information that will be taken to the farm and given to the researchers.
Well, thank you.
Our SDK for
Do we have any questions from our judges?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much. How does the solution take care of some of the gaps it sends to the original farmer? For example, it senses the fact that the aquatic animal needs feeds. How does it feed them? How does it manage theft on the farm? Does it manage something?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that insight. We are starting from monitoring the fish farm. Everything that is happening in the fish farm, we are starting from that. And these are the things we are also looking at. Once our solution has been fully developed in that aspect, we will also move on to the feeding aspect. But one thing is this: in the fish farm, I'm going to tell this out because I have to show you in action. The farmer can also from his mobile app
just in the body. That is when what's the acid? Just in the body. And then whenever let's assume an harmful substance enters the fish tank. The farmer can also take out the harmful substance right from his phone. He's going to get an alert and he's going to drive out that harmful substance. You say your idea, I don't know if you can see from here. So that's the action element, the work in action. Everything can be controlled remotely on a mobile phone and it's working perfectly. And alhamdulillah today, we've also given this to 2 farmers and they are doing it in real time.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
What data are you actually working on? Is it the volume of the water? Is it the quality? And if the quality, what are those things? What are those elements that you are measuring in water to be sure that, is it the pH? What exactly?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In the mobile app here, we have temperature, pH level, soft oxygen, turbidity, every data here can be taken right from this. To make this accessible also, we also turn a local language. This is English to Yoruba. You can see this is now in Yoruba. We make this accessible for local learners, not just for experts.
If a reptile enters a pond,
yes, sir.
From practical experience.
Thank you, sir.
A reptile enters a pond.
Yes, sir.
Pond. You are using an active pond and the reptile creates into the pond. How do you manage it?
In that situation, we haven't gotten that. Most aspect actually what we're seeing is the aspect of groups that enters and harmful chemicals that enters. And immediately the farmer gets an alert on his mobile phone. Thereby you can quickly go to the farm and know what's going on here. Even without saying the farm. Actually, sir, thank you very much for that insight. We've gone to a lot of farmers, but they're not giving us the aspect of reptile entering the pond. So this is the first time, and we're also working on that too, sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Advice. That was an insightful product that we have. So, those are the final questions. Don't worry, you can go and have your seats and have your presentation. Now we'll be calling on the representative smart scholars. We have them here. You have a total of 4 minutes to present your product.
Alright, can begin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Edo Mukudi. I'm with me here is Abdul We are the members, team members of Smart Scholar app. So what does this Smart Scholar app do? This is an AI-powered scholarship companion. So what we have, why we need to do this? We notice the gap, which is we notice some problems in students. As we all know, as a student, even as an undergraduate or a postgraduate, as we move on in our academic journey, we definitely need scholarship. So, but we notice some gaps. What are the gaps? First of all, is that understanding complex and bulky criteria. Most of the scholar complex, so it is not easy for students to apply for it, and then most of the criteria they are bulky for them to do it. And then for verified scholarships, some scholarships they are actually scams. So they need to pay some certain dollars, maybe $50, to have a fully funded international scholarship, and they are scams. They only want to collect, they are not real scholarships. In eligible applications, most of you apply for scholarships that you are not eligible, you are not eligible to apply for. For example, a postgraduate student applying for a scholarship that is meant for an undergraduate student because you don't reach the criteria. And also, missed critical evidence. Most of those scholarships, they are timely bound. They have some certain, they expire maybe a month after they release it. But we as students, most of us, we don't read all those information very well. But I should ask now, how many of us read terms and conditions? Maybe none of us. We only click on accept. And most of the time, the times are stated there. We also have estimated application journey. Let me read out the problems so I can move faster. Weak rejected essay. Most of these scholarships, they require you to write essay for you to be able to apply for it. And most of us, even if you have the criteria, even if you have high CGPA for you to apply, if you have bad essay, you are going to be rejected. And on availability of useful resources,
most of these scholarships, you only need a simple resource for you to read and to gain the scholarship. So what do we now have? We solve the problem by having this. We have in our application, we have verified listing from official sources. All scholarships that are listed in our application, they are verified sources. They are scholarships that are still active, not the ones that have expired, and not the ones on scams. And also, we also have a recommendation engine. What does this do? This engine, it scans through our database. We have a list of scholarships here. And also, you will have filled your profile before you start using the app, where you put all your information, your academic excellence, and the like, the certifications. Then it analyzes your profile, then it scans it matches you with the scholarship you are eligible for. So you don't waste too much of your time reading, scrolling a lot of scholarships. You only see the ones you are eligible for. So it increases your chance of seeking or getting scholarship. And then we also have AI scholarship analyzer. What does this do? Maybe you are not recommended a certain scholarship. So this AI analyzer, you can only use it to analyze a certain specific scholarship. Then it will read your profile. Then it will inform you back that based on your profile, you need to improve on this. You need to improve on this for you to have access to this scholarship. And also we have an application tracker for sure. You cannot only apply for a scholarship, you apply for multiple scholarships. So how do you keep track of all this? So we have an application. It keeps track of all of them.
31 seconds.
It gives you deadline. And we also have AI essay writer, where you can write essay with this our chatbots. We train this for you to give you a structured and globally accepted way of writing essay for you to have edge in seeking in getting more scholarship. And like we also have multimodal AI assistance. When you are stuck applying for scholarship, so you can use our AI chatbots to ask, then it gives you the information you need. So thank you for listening to this. I hope this I have been able to convince you enough that this.
Yeah, definitely convenient. I'm very sure of that. So do you have any questions for?
My first question is, what distinguishes your work from ChatGPT? Yes, ma'am. Then the second one, using AI to write any essay. Nobody will say that essay is an AI content. That's the first thing. If you submit an essay, they want to check for the AI content.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. First of all, this is different from ChatGPT. ChatGPT does not have any of your information. So before you can use this, you have uploaded your information, your certifications, and the likes. So it scans your information that you upload, then it writes it out for you in the form of essay. This is an AI. Then also, for the aspect you said about the AI detector, this one has been trained. You said this essay writer has been for you to write an essay for you that is globally acceptable. So it has been trained to do that. That is one of the issues. And also we have CV generator. You can, instead of you typing your it can generate how many children are benefited from. This is just we have a group before a demo platform of this before where we have almost more than 1,000 students. But now we are just about to launch this tonight. This application.
Similarly, thank you for your presentation of your hope to see it out of the truth. I think the next product we have is Sofro. Who are the representatives of Sofro? One time is here. Sofro.
Well, I'm saying, or you don't need your slides.
Timer, where is my timer? Alright, beginning now.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تسأل فإن تسألون بركة. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, takes out from the sound with blessing. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Standing voice and Muslim Muhammad Fawaz. The problem solver focus on turning ideas into impact. We noticed it in how people wake up for Sahur. And our team
design a solution that is practical, scalable, and user-centered. In the next few minutes, my partner will show how we approach the problem and what makes our solution different.
My name is Abdul brothers and sisters. I want to tell you a story about Abdul. This is Abdul. He is sleeping, his alarm is ringing. He said that every night of Ramadan, he wants to wake up for Sahur. He sets alarm, but the alarm is disposes them. Sometimes his phone is dead. Sometimes he is fasting alone. And you see now, I'm calling now figures out about the app Suhoor. Suhoor, where you can wake up together in groups for Suhoor. Because we figured out that waking up alone. So this is the dashboard. This is the dashboard of the app. You can see every evening that you come to the account asking Abdul if he wants to fast tomorrow. If he says yes, then the group gets together. Now, this is where the stuff gets interesting. 30 minutes before Suhoor ends. 30 minutes before Suhoor ends. Then they have, along with all the group members in all the group that Abdul is, we try to wake him up. So let us do mathematics here. He is in 10 groups, and there are 6 members in each of these groups, including himself. That is that 50 people will be trying to wake Abdul up for Suhoor that day. 50 people will be trying to wake him up. Now, the alarm is built like this. You will wake up and give me some questions. Let's see the different conditions that you can have. What is my phone? Well, if your phone is dead, this app will share your live location with your group members. So you can say, you can say your location is in Aulawa, and someone stay at the same Aulawa and come to your room to wake you.
What if my group member tries to wake you up?
If your group member wants to wake you up, they can ring you from anywhere. That means that your group member can trigger an alarm on your phone from anywhere they are. 50 people trying to wake you up.
What if I'm someone?
Like this is the funny part. If you are someone that sleeps too much, this app is still trying to wake you. Now, before we can know that you are wake up and that you are awake and aware, there is a prompt that you have to do. You have to the correct date, today's date, before the alarm can stop ringing. Because some people don't realize that, let me just off the alarm and let me go back to sleep. Now, brothers and sisters, this app is very beautiful and it has solved the problem. Like Dr. Adam Kala will say every Friday at Jumat, he says that the youth need to find a solution to the problem. This is the problem. The problem now. The problem is that people working alone for so very difficult. And the solution now is to so now, if you remember, this app will write the computer person of the professor or that's when you are no alarm and you are able to wake up everybody together. Everybody woke up that time. So now that we're making our alarm now, we are waking up alone. Not everybody wake up. So that is the problem and solution. And now why this is different is that apps don't care anything about so you can visit the website to test the app.
Do you have any questions?
My second question is for a dead phone. How do you trace the location of the dead phone?
Thank you very much for that question. Now, I said every prompt appears. If the person passes. If they want to pass, that means that everybody across the world to win. Now, they be able to share their location with, they be able to share their location with their team members. With their team members to check, they be able to share their location so that by the time to come, the team members will be able to know where they are. So it's before this, they will have filled in all the information required. At night, they will have filled all the information, their live location, where they will see, and then the team members will be able to know.
What about security concerns?
That's the
the stress you are going to give to user seems very enormous. I think this software will bring my Saul beside that would have been a very fantastic solution. But we wake up about 30 minutes to Raoul and I haven't done my and Ida or whatever. Am I able to miss this call?
Thank you very much for that question. You can actually set up when you want to wake up. You can set fasting time. So we need to fast time. The default one is that it is 30 minutes before school ends, but you can set up the time that you want to wake up. So it is that time that will allow your group members to wake you up.
Alright. Everybody will set different time. No. You said they have to wake up in group. Because for me, if assuming I want to wake up by 4 o'clock, and this one will have to wake up at 3 times, so I can. So, how do we synchronize the time?
And we are in a group.
As I said, the app is of the Chinese people. The app of the Chinese people. So the app is
Thank you for your comments. Well, I think up next we have Zendiva. Okay. Before you begin, give me a second.
My name is Billy. I'm a software engineer. So today we are going to Zendiva. Zendiva is like all-in-one operating system for retail shows. It unifies all retail functions, including POS for recording of sales, inventory customer management, CRM for customer relationship management, storefronts as an e-commerce website, and that also serves as a new income stream for the business. Then also it has the analytics as well that shows the status of the business. Now all this is combined with our AI forecasting feature. It can predict demand, it can prevent stockouts, and also maximize profit. Our aim is to maximize profit for retailers. Now, for the audience, this software that is used at the likes of Just Right, Foodco, ShopRite, that's the software you see on the monitor and the reception where you can check out. Now, decades, retailers have been struggling using reactive tools and guessing the stock level, the right product they should use. Imagine on a hot sunny day, you enter the shop, the retail shop to get a good something, then you couldn't get it, you leave out frustrated, and that is bad customer experience. At the end of the day, at the other side as well, the retail is also losing sales, the retail shop owner is also losing sales. And the internet, an astounding $1.2 trillion is lost due to our resource situation. And there is even more than the GDP of some countries. Today, Zendiva is going to solve all this. And also, we are overstocking. Now, we are also, due to this guessing, all these retail shop owners miscalculate and overstock. Imagine having a product on the shelf for like weeks and months. And this means the card is frozen. So, and they can't even recovery strategy to get our money back. Zendiva solves all this and combine overstock and out of stock situation. That has caused businesses up to $1.75 trillion annually. Yeah, and also Zendiva has all these features. Yeah, so that's software. You have the dashboard. You can see every revenue today. You can see the benefit. You can edit. You can get code for site of sales. And the big software you can get anything on the inventory page. Now back to the POS page. What the new sales? Just type the name of the product. You add the right. Then you select the customer. You can see. Is it? And you can just complete the sales. Now this is all for special. You can see we can edit everything. That's the right thing. You can see you're gonna get to the live website right now. And that's like a new income stream for the business. Maximizing profits further. Now on the live website, yeah, possible. Yeah, no, that's the one. Sorry. Yeah, so on the live website you can pay like we can manage the live website. Everything is in sync with the POS, Then also, this is very nice flagship feature. This, as you can see, this is top second product. You can see much more details about them. You can see the big day they are being purchased most of the time. Then our feature, which is make sure that we are protecting our stock and our stock. You can see it does the right amount of stock, it does the predicted amount of stock should be. You can see confidence level, that's it. That's for that. You can also send personalized email campaign. Despite users having to the sales process history of their customer, they can't even send personalized marketing that will lead to how you do. Then also this is to go over. We know signal everything going on. It's not the point that are purchasing together and so that's smart for the that's the way we get it.
Questions?
Retail software is pure water. So can you give us the special feature?
Yeah. So exactly, we have when people doesn't have this AI feature we have. AI is analytic people going on in business like the technology provided is AI. It can reduce understanding of personality. Understanding is more like so understanding the retail owner gets a product, but it's less optimal. So when people come into the shop, they can't get the product already out of stock. Now, personality as well, we need to cash frozen in shelves, and that's also a waste of money. So we are bringing predictive intelligence. We are predicting the most optimal stock level that will never be understocking or overstocking. Then also in the future, so combine gives you irresistible offers based on all the knowledge class. It can show you smart bundling that are irresistible that the users will for sure buy. Then also now the retail shop owners that have access to this are the likes of Walmart and Zara. So now we are democratizing that to the large mass of retailers for them to visit. You can record the sales plan. One of the things that this AI, most other, this software, like the other inventory management software, one thing this software use the difference from others is that it also works with existing data. Before you use the data, you might have been recording your sales on paper or existing retail software doesn't have the storefront, and the storefront of the website to create the income stream for the retail shop owner. Then also they don't have predictive intelligence here. They are just reacting. They only alert the retail shop owner when there is no stock, and for sure that will lead to understanding. And also we will predict the right amount of stock that you get to a specific amount.
Thank you. Thank you for your participation. That's the same for you. Up next we have Mama Carrie Ali. Mama Carrie Ali. I came from Angola. Oh no, that's it. So we have two more participants, and that will be all. After America, we have one more. Campus Card and all. Campus Card. The representative of Campus Card, please come forward. So after them, we go. So we have 4 minutes and it starts now.
My name is Yusuf. We are from Timamake. One of the major problems we have in Nigeria is maternal health issue. And what the organization analyze that from the maternal emergency cases in the world, Nigeria has the highest number. 980 death rates for every 1,000 pregnant women we have in Nigeria. And it actually tells us that 1 in 22 women have the risk of dying during their pregnancy period. And also, the reason why it was geographical barriers. These are people knowledge and lack of monitoring their health in time. The next one, our own solution is going to monitor the health, the time monitoring of the health, and also the assessment. It's going to assess their risk. Emergency trigger alarm. If there's any emergency, it's going to send
emergency to the neighbors or the extra neighbors. And also, it's used for data sets, data management, and also risk assessment. Our moment, the first one is that it is what people are asked to go back outside the school. Second one is that it's used offline. And second one is that you have to send that actually email that information and send.
So this is our question that now we send the web so automatically the partner will be reading in real time. So it monitors the partner concentration to predict of their pregnancy complication. So this is the personalized recommendation based on the patient health record. It's going to recommend the activity or the action that the patient should take. So there's not a personal content made by a patient and people about their program. So this is the health record. You need to manually input your data. The smartphone sends data. So okay, so there is this assessment. So these are the pregnancy complications. A machine learning model was classified each patient to be either low or high. So this is AI, is 3-tier dashboard. So we have a patient dashboard, we have a doctor, we also have a government dashboard. So the doctor can actually monitor the patient by checking their real-time prices so that doctor can the particular action find that and find hospital on the platform. If you find yourself in the community paper is very emergency, emergency contact based on this level. The patient is at high risk, automatically emergency will send the contact. So this is the provider dashboard showing each patient in real time. So they can monitor the patient that is at high risk, the patient that is low risk. So the patient that the doctor can accept and confirm the patient. So they can communicate online, they do emergency. So this is the government dashboard. The government can have the whole HMR statistics to make
31 seconds.
Thank you very much. Whose else are you mentoring? Are you monitoring? The woman herself, yes. What are the vital signs that we take for women when they are
the features. The first one is the age, the symbolic.
Do you understand me? Yes. What are the vital signs that you measure when you have a pregnant woman with you?
Okay, so the vital signs we measure, we have blood sugar, we have
what are the vital signs? That's blood sugar. So if you are telling an clinic, they measure your blood sugar every day.
Yes. Those are actually led to pregnancy complications.
There should be some basic.
Those are the basics. We have blood pressure. We have systolic BP. We have weight as well. These are combined together to lead to pregnancy complications. So we have a doctor that we actually use complications to help us to verify our pregnancy.
All the smartphones. They can measure, connect to your phone, they can measure your BP and transfer it basically to your phone. So even you need any pregnant or pregnant woman to do. What is that decision you are going to do now?
Yes, your phone cannot actually detect the risk, like the pregnant person is it at high risk or low risk, and your phone cannot send if the person is at high risk, you cannot send information to neighbors.
If the phone is connected for the neighbors, it will send to them. If I put the phone on the board to my iPhone, it will connect them to my wristwatch.
The problem here is that we want to classify the patient that is high risk of pregnancy complications, which is actually the major reason why our pregnancy women die before giving their birth. So the further sign are the blood pressure, the body temperature, the weight. So we are
but the smartphone, you take it real time. It's not about you picking your phone and checking. Your smartphone you can send it to the app.
So the hardware, how much does that cost? How scalable is that? Can every woman afford it?
Yes, we have actually built the hardware We are currently working. We are doing systematic diagram. We are working on this one.
There are some main key technologies used under to detect BP and other viruses from the skin.
Yes.
Well, that's about all the questions that have been paid. Thank you for caring for our mothers. And we'll move on to the last group, campus card, I'm assuming. Please, make it start. Time up, please. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I'm Sharifuddin Aina, campus card. This is a platform empowering students, economy in Nigeria. Okay, before I go into the slide, I know many of us sitting down here as students. We have different items in our rooms that we are no longer using, maybe textbooks, their gadgets, or even essential amenities that we might use. And at the same time, people around us, even ourselves, we are open to purchase some other amenities that we are in need currently. For example, textbooks, gadgets, and all these things. So, at this point, there is an intersection. Things you no longer need, and new things you want, but you can't afford. Yes. So, this is where campus card comes in. So campus card is a online marketplace that is student focused. Yes, so it is student focused and it's centered around campus. So how it works is just like you log in, you create an account, you log in, then you list your items, things you want to sell. Then people around you in the campus area and in your campus community could just come in and probably chat together to reach a conclusion on price what you want. Then you can finalize the deal. That's basically what it is. Now, among the solutions that campus has for is that there are many some kind of online marketing, let's say Facebook or WhatsApp, that sell their products. But all these platforms include some kind of scams, sometimes untrusted partners. But campus cards enable through AI-driven fraud detection to detect towards your upload, maybe the images or the prices, connecting things together to evaluate or based on that value to detect if it is a fraud or not. So if this system detects that it is a fraud, it's going to get it to one of the managers to review it and probably make it one. Yes. So who is this for? What makes campus card an advantage? The first thing is that it is only campus focused. Yes, it is only campus focused in a way that only people within the same campus community can interact. Also, it is built market opportunity and scale. So campus cards, if you look at Nigeria as a country, has over millions of students across hundreds of institutions. Yes. So we are trying to expand our outreach to different campus communities all over Nigeria. Through student communities, peer-to-peer referrals, and also through the revenue model. We know that adoption cost matters. That's why we are focusing on free list for starting and now. Then later when we have more users, we can now implement price listing. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Before we go to other campuses, if you get a user, how do you verify that user is different from OAU? As user is calling from OAU campus?
Yes, it is. We are not being able to verify through their account, through their student email. We send a verification code to their student email to verify their students.
Any other question? Well, I guess that comes to the end of the hackathon session. That is all the products that we have. Let us see if there's any other others that have sat through all of that, and they will not be collecting the scores. And while they collect the scores, if you've not gone for Solar, I think this is one time that you went to pray. Appreciate our technicians for coming. So we have to the end of the program that we have.
We thank you all for sticking to the end, even though we are very grateful that we remain here at this month. But anyways, we appreciate your presence. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward us all, asking in His infinite mercies to keep us upon goodness and make this source of benefit for us in this dunya as well as in the next. So whilst we await this course to be collated and winners to be announced, if you have any businesses that you'd like to pitch or have anything that you'd like to say to the general audience about your time, we'll wait for this course to conclude. Thank you.